Hello kids, how are you today? Hope you're doing well. Okay, our subject for today, it's all about science. Okay, before we will proceed to our discussion, let us have first reading of vocabularies. Okay, these are the 3 vocabulary words that we are going to learn. The first is color. Everybody, color. One more time, color. Okay, let us spell the word color. C-O-L-O-R. Color. Very good. Let's proceed to number 2. The second word is attract. 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 Just spell the word attract. A-T-T-R-A-C-T. Attract. Okay, now let's proceed to number 3. The third word is seeds. Seeds. Again, seeds. Let us spell the word seeds. S-E-E-D-S. Seeds. Very good. Okay, now our topic that we are going to discuss, it's all about the flowers of the plant. Again, the flowers of the plant. Okay, but before we are going to proceed to our discussion, let's watch the video about flower.
Squeaks just gave me the nicest Valentine's Day surprise ever, a bouquet of flowers. Flowers are fun to look at and they usually smell great, but they actually have a really important job. They use their pretty colors and smells to attract animals, which help make new plants. If you've seen our episode about fruit, you might remember that some animals like bees, butterflies, hummingbirds, and even bats move powdery stuff called pollen from one flower to another. These animals are called pollinators, and the pollen they carry helps flowers make the seeds that can grow into new plants. So that's a flower's job, to use its nice colors and smells to attract pollinators. Each part of the plant, from the long green stem to the beautiful petals, helps the flower do that job. And you can see how each part of the plant works if you look at it up close. Botanists, the scientists who study plants, will sometimes learn more about a plant by cutting it open and looking at the pieces. Squeaks, would it be okay if we took a closer look at one of these flowers? Great! You can try this at home too. All you need is a flower, a knife, and help from a grown-up, since you'll need to cut some things. The flower we're going to use is called a lily, but most other kinds of flowers will work too. The first thing you should do is separate all the main parts of the flower. Cut the flower off of the stem. Then take off the leaves. Now that all of the big parts are separated, you can take a closer look at each of them. The stem is really strong and stiff. That's because it needs to support the rest of the plant. The stem also connects to the roots of the plant. The roots suck up water and nutrients from the ground, and the stem brings it to the leaves of the flowers. This flower's roots were already trimmed off, which is why you can't see them. Another one of the stem's jobs is to bring food from the leaves to the flower. So let's look at the leaves next. Leaves grow out of the stem, and they're full of green stuff called chlorophyll. When the sun shines on the leaves, the chlorophyll turns sunlight into food for the plant. See those little lines running through the leaf? Those are veins, and they're a lot like the veins that move blood through your body. The veins in the leaf bring water and nutrients in from the stem, and they carry the food the chlorophyll made to the rest of the plant. So the stem and the leaves collect and carry water, food, and other nutrients that help the flowers grow and stay healthy. So now let's look at the flower. Flowers make a sugary liquid called nectar that pollinators love to eat. So to a pollinator, the flower's color and smell are like a big sign that says, "There's lots of food here, come eat." If you pull the petals off the flower, you can see that there are these sort of long dangly things left inside. They're called the stamen, and they make the pollen. When a pollinator finds a flower, it comes to eat nectar, and while it's eating, pollen from the stamen gets stuck to the animal. Then, when it flies off to get nectar from another flower, it spreads the pollen to that other flower, and that's pollination. Now there's just one part left. This sort of big stick thing called the pistil. That's the part of the flower that collects the pollen that pollinators bring from other flowers. It's kind of sticky on the end, so the pollen sticks to it. If pollen from another flower makes its way into the pistil can use the pollen to make seeds. And then those seeds can eventually become new plants. So the next time you're outside, take a look at all the flowers around you. There are thousands of different kinds, but they all do basically the same job. Thanks for joining us today, and thank you, Squeaks, for bringing me such a nice surprise. I got you a little something too. Oh, I'm glad you like it! If you have any questions for us about flowers or pollinators or anything at all, grab a grown-up and leave a comment down below. Or
okay, for some further explanation about the video that you're watching, okay, those insects, butterflies, and birds that attract the flower, they are called pollinator, right? Okay. What they do in the flower, they eat the nectar. Okay, nectar also are their food. Okay, and after that, some of the bees have a few fur in their legs, right? Okay, and that fur collects the pollen grain. Okay, the pollen grain in the flower are those dust-like particles of the flower that is called pollen grain. Okay, now when the insect transferred to the other flowers, the pollen also will fall down, and that's the time the process of having pollination. Okay, and those people who study about plants, they are called botanists. Okay, now let's proceed to our discussion. The flowers of the plants. Okay, the flowers helps the plants make new plants, right? Okay, the flowers help the plant to make another plant. Okay, because when the flower get rotten and it's time for dying, that flower have seeds inside, right? Okay, and that seed will be the next new plant. Okay, now next, the flower attract insects like bees and butterflies and birds. Okay, so all these highlighted words are those words that we call it the pollinator, right? All these animals, or all these bees, butterflies, and birds, they are called pollinator. Okay, these bees, the butterflies, and these birds, okay, they attract the flowers and they get nectar in the flower. Okay, now next one. So the insect and birds help the plants make new plants, right? Okay, they are the one who help the plant to make another plants by getting some seeds from the fruit or from the flower. Okay, and when it fall down, okay, that seed will turn into another plant. Okay, these are some example of an animal that they help the plant to make another plant. The butterflies, the bees, and the birds. Okay, now let's proceed to next. The flower make seeds. Okay, as I told you a while ago, inside the flower is called the seeds. Okay, when it turns into when the flower will be rotten, okay, some flowers have seed inside and some flower will turn into fruit, right? Okay, so this is called seeds. This seeds is an example of a seed of what? Do you know what kind of seed is that? Okay, as far as I know, that seed is a seed of a sunflower, right? Okay, that is called seeds. And the colored part of the flower are the petals. Okay. Have you noticed there's some color in the flower, right? Okay. That things is called the petals. Teacher, where is the petals? I don't know. Where is that? Okay, I will show you. Okay, this is a flower, and this color yellow part is called the petals. Okay, petals again, the colored part of the flowers. Okay, that is called petals. Okay, there are many color that a flower have, right? Okay, now let's proceed. Now, that's all for our discussion. It's all about flowers, and this time I will summarize all the details about the flower. Okay, the flower helps the plant to make new plants, and those animals, just like bees, butterfly, and birds, they are the one who help the plant to make new plants, and they are called pollinator, right? Okay, and also the seed also, the flower also makes seed, and that seed will turn into another flower, and the colored part of the flower are the petals. Okay, that is called petals. Okay, did you understand? Okay, very good. Now this time it's time for our activity. Can you please prepare your book in science, and we will have our activity. Are you ready? Yes. Okay, now this time it's time for our activity. Now for our activity, kindly open your book in science on page number 21, and let us answer activity number 1. Okay, are you ready? Okay, let's start. This is what you are going to do. Answer the questions or tick the correct answer. Okay, there is a number there that you are going to tick only. Okay, so let's start for number 1. How does the flower help the plant? Again, how does the flower help the plant? Okay, so how the flower helps the plant? Okay, so I have here an example of an answer. You can copy this one and write it in your book. Okay, this one is my answer. This is only an example, okay? But this is the correct. The flower helps the plant to make new plant. Okay, you can write this one in your book. Okay, so let's proceed to number 2. Name 2 insects that help the plant make new plants. Again, let's read it again. Name 2 insects that help the plant make new plants. Okay, you can give an example of 2 insects that we talked a while ago that they help the plant to make new plant. Okay, write it in the blank. Okay, let's proceed to number 3. What color can flower be? What color, again, what color can flowers be? Okay, there's a lot of color of a flower, right? Okay, now give me one example of a color of the flower. Okay, and write it. It can be black. Okay, you can write there it can be and write the color. Did you understand? Okay, very good. Now let's proceed to number 4. Okay, for number 4, the colored part of the colored parts of the flower are called what? Okay, again, I will read it again. One more time. The colored parts of the flower are called what? Okay, the first word is, you are going to take pollen, next insect, or next petals. The colored part of the flower are what? I told you a while ago. Okay, this number 4, you are going only to tick what is the correct answer. Okay, choose one here and tick it inside the box. And for number 5, okay, this time is your favorite time. Okay, this time you are going to draw a flower with a purple petals and yellow seeds. Okay, again, draw a flower with a purple petals and yellow seeds. Okay, you are going to draw inside this box. Okay, I have here an example of a flower that is their petals is purple and their seed is yellow. Okay, you can make your own drawing. Okay, this is only my example. Okay, this one like this. Okay, this flower have purple petals and yellow seeds. Okay, so that's all for today. Okay, hope you enjoy. All I say, stay home, stay safe, and stay healthy. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much. See you soon. Goodbye.